Never mind, we tried, but Edey dropped 32.
Every time he touched the ball, he scored on cue.
Take it easy, I beg.
We're hanging on by a thread.
Was at the top, but now we're below average instead.
Sometimes the pain, it hurts inside my heart and head.
Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. The Sacramento
Woo!
Kings just
Good Lord.
lost 115-108 or 107. I think we lost by 8 points.
Something like
The
that.
Memphis Grizzlies without John Morant. This time around, they had Triple J, but it wasn't the star players that had the greatest impact. It was a guy from the name of Cam Spencer and big boy Zach Edey
Oh,
that
God.
got everything they wanted tonight.
Well, you're missing one important dude. You're missing the hometown hero,
Mr.
Jalen Wells, Folsom High School legend. 15 points from the man, Jalen Wells. 3 for 3 from downtown tonight. Do you know how many people came to his event tonight to see him play?
Everyone.
Everybody.
The whole city of Folsom came to see the boy, which is awesome to see. But what was not awesome to see was how we could not even make the boy Edey try at all around the rim. This guy looked like Wilt Chamberlain. He looked like prime Shaquille O'Neal. He looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He looked like Bill Russell when he had all those rings back with the Celtics. Zach Edey, that is the Kings. He's the top of the mountain of the Kings killer list right now.
Whoa.
He's on the Mount Rushmore of Kings killer. Last game, he went 7 for 7. Tonight, he drops 32, 17 with 5 blocks. Right when we thought we might have had a chance to get back in this game, Edey comes out of nowhere and just blocks these shots. He pinned one off the backboard. He blocked Keegan Murray. Zach Edey. Build around Zach Edey if you're Memphis Grizzlies. My God, they know. I mean, I guess when they're going up against Sacramento, Zach Edey just turns into Goliath.
Cristo, you took the words straight out of my mouth. After watching this game, I was literally telling people, build around Zach Edey. And that was my first initial thought. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that said that because, good Lord, like, we know if you were watching Zach Edey before he was drafted to the Memphis Grizzlies, you saw him, be a choke artist in the first round multiple times. And then he made it to a finals. He made it to the championship game in the NCAA tournament, won NCAA Player of the Year. It's not a surprise to what Zach Edey's accomplishments are because he's so damn tall and he can rebound and he can block shots. It's just another problem for the Kings. And the biggest problem with the Kings right now is size issue. It just shows. Jaren Jackson Jr. even had easy looks tonight in the paint.
Oh, Triple J was putting posters on us tonight.
Every time he backed down Keegan Murray, I was like, dude, this is like 100% a shot that's going to go in. And Jaren Jackson Jr. he's not really known for being a guy that goes down the post. He normally just is like a pick and pop guy.
Shooting the ball, but man, he was just destroying in the paint tonight. Triple J was fantastic, but I want to talk more about this Mr. Edey. This guy, he went 16 for 20. He missed 4 shots tonight. Scoring 16 for 20, RT.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This is Jokic field goal percentage right here. Obviously, the 17 rebounds. He had, and then the 5 blocks. But here's the crazy thing. He only played 29 minutes. That's one. And then number 2, he only got to the free throw line 1 time, which means the Sacramento Kings only made it difficult for him 1 time. But it wasn't even that difficult because it was an and 1. He only shot 1 free throw and he missed it. If Zach Edey is going up, you gotta hack him. You gotta make sure he doesn't touch paint. You gotta. And Malik Monk was saying it in the postgame, like we needed to do a better job of containing Edey before he gets the ball in the paint. Because once he has the ball in the paint, good luck.
Yeah, hack a Zach.
We should have hacked a Zach, but he's still a solid free throw shooter. But he only attempted 1 tonight and he missed it. So
what is he shooting? What's his free throw percentage? Like around 74 or something like that?
No, but
yeah,
that should have been the game plan.
God, it's just.
I gotta say this really quick. Shouts out to my season ticket rep, Mr. Jackson Myers, because he gave me and Jiho the experience of a lifetime. He texted us going into halftime and he said, "Do you guys want to sit in the club level?" And I'm like, Where's the club level? I thought maybe the club level was like the suite level.
Oh yeah.
No.
It's down there.
It was section 120. Triple B. I didn't even know the seats go to the triples. Triple Bs. We were 4 rows behind T. Morant. T. Morant was within arm's reach. I could have pulled his brown hoodie down. So I got to see the Zach Edey masterclass, like, from the ground level, and I was like, this guy is insanely massive. Like, Keegan Murray going to the rim, like, because Keegan Murray's 6'8". When he goes in and Zach Edey's coming to the contested shot, he had to, like, do a massive floater, and, like, I was watching it right, because, like, with my seats, like, you know, we're looking down, but here I'm, like, looking like, I couldn't believe how much that guy impacts the game just from his physical presence. And then don't even get me started on the offensive end. He was just an absolute monster. I thought I was watching Space Jam. I thought I was watching Space Jam before the Looney Tunes boys got their powers.
Yeah,
before Michael Jordan hopped in. That's what it looked like.
It's like the super tall monster that took like Sean Bradley's powers. That's what Zach Edey looked like tonight.
Than the blue monster Sean Bradley.
Yes, dude. Like it's so insane because, I mean, I talked about his accolades, but just tonight, just the physical presence, we tried to combat that by shooting threes, obviously, and that didn't really work out as much as it should have. I definitely was kind of surprised because a lot of our things that we did really well in previous games, and especially games that we won, were getting to the free throw line and just getting Zach Edey in foul trouble. Why do you not get Zach Edey in foul trouble if you're going to put pressure on him? Put pressure.
They were trying, but
they tried, but it's just, it's not enough. It's like what Kendrick says. It's not enough. And the physicality, the size, it's not enough.
But you made a good point earlier. You're saying we have no presence down there. The NBA in today's game, you're seeing all the best teams with double bigs. The Thunder, Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. The Memphis Grizzlies, Zach Edey and Triple J. I mean, you're seeing these lineups with 2 bigs, and then obviously Houston. I mean, we could go down the line.
Mm-hmm.
All the best teams right now have the double bigs, and like obviously with Sabonis out, who's already not a rim protector, we have the eulogy, and then we're having Maxime Reynaud. So we don't have that much size down there. So like we're struggling on that end. And then also we're going under on screens, letting Cam Spencer just go lights out from the 3 ball. Same with Mr. Jalen Wells. I'm surprised it was as close as it was. We did go. There was that stretch that I know that you were not happy about in that third quarter.
No,
it took us first 5 minutes to score, but we ended up coming back. We had glimpses of, and that's like just the theme of the Kings. Is like there's glimpses of things that work, but they cannot put it together for 48 minutes. The defense is just not the greatest. Obviously, we can't shoot the 3. Keegan is helping with that a little bit, but he's still not, like, obviously as sharp from the 3-point line as we saw in the rookie season. But, man, oh, man, seeing that up that close tonight, I was just in awe the whole time. It was crazy.
It's brutal.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. And it's brutal, too, right? Because, like, a lot of the guys that did shoot the ball well in the start of November, if you take like the shooting splits from October and November, it's just a completely different story. Russell Westbrook tonight, 0 for 4 from 3. Keegan Murray, 0 for 4 from 3. DeRozan, 3 for 5 from 3. Malik Monk, 1 for 5 from 3. Zach Lavine, 2 for 6 from 3. It's just one of those things where
inconsistencies.
Yeah, it's just inconsistencies, and now it just feels like all the success that Russell Westbrook had beginning of the year, shooting wise, is just now plateaued back to what he normally does. And same thing with Zach Lavine. I mean, DeRozan was the best 3-point shooter we had tonight, and
which is never the case. He's known as the foot on the line, 3-point shooter, Mr. DeMar DeRozan. But yeah, he was the high scorer for tonight's game, right?
Yeah, he was the high scorer with 23.
Yeah, let's talk about the first half because I think the rotations were great in the first half. We saw all the young guys getting some run. And we were within 4 points at half. And I saw Nick Clifford. He had a beautiful take coast to coast. He had a nice 3-ball. He was looking good. And then you go away from playing him. And I'm like, the team's 5-15. Like, you should be playing this guy.
But
I'm not going to complain too much because at least Maxime Reynaud's getting those minutes. But it makes sense because Sabonis is out. But I want to see the boy Nick Clifford out there more. I really want to see him because, like, that beautiful shot from three and that coast-to-coast take, I was like, I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
Give me more of that. And, yeah, it's the same issue as last game. The vets are hogging the minutes, which, I mean, Doug Christie's trying to win games and maybe raise value and stuff, but what did you see from that first half, Mr. Clark?
I'm also going to say one other person, too, that didn't get enough minutes. I think everybody in the universe knows. 23 from Sacramento Kings, only getting 6 minutes in the first half and never playing again. Right? He never touched the court after that first spurt.
Yeah, I saw him sitting baseline with Devin Carter, and if you're sitting next to Devin Carter on the baseline on the floor, you're most likely not getting called into the game. And man,
it's not looking good, man.
I'm fine with the I'm totally fine with the losses. It's just while we're losing, like, this is just great time. Like, and it was a close game at the end. Like, this would have been awesome for, like, maybe to see our young guys try and, like, gather a win together.
I think it was
throw him in the fire. I do respect Doug Christie for throwing Maxime out there in the fire because he had some very tough assignments out there, and he was getting probably some welcome to the NBA moments by Triple J. Some of those dunks looked wild.
Yeah. Oh my God, just the tip-ins, and Maxime tried. He had 6 rebounds tonight and 9 points, and I loved the effort. Loved the effort from Maxime Reynaud. Obviously, he fouled out because that's such a tough assignment with Zach Edey and Jaren Jackson Jr. Toughest ones, right?
But that's what we want. We want him to go through these types of things, figure out how to play with 5. This is great. This is great for him, and I think he did pretty well in his minutes tonight.
I agree.
And he got 23 minutes?
Yeah, 23 minutes. So I think that, when I look at Zach Edey, or not Zach Edey, Maxime Reynaud, that's all you can ask for is that he's going to try as hard as, and he looked like he cared, especially when he was getting fouled. He fouled KCP. He fouled KCP on the 3 too, who also had a incredible game as well off the bench. So, that's just the thing, that he does give a lot of effort, and that's what I think Kings fans are really, really happy for.
I'm loving the minutes. I'm glad that he I think it's back-to-back games over 20 minutes, which is great. Now let's just get what did Nick Clifford finish?
He had 13 minutes.
Yeah, get that up a little bit more. Same with Mr. Ellis. That I feel like we are definitely the broken record of the Keon Ellis minutes wagon. We want that up, and I think it goes without saying how we feel about the situation with Keon Ellis. But yeah, this game was definitely a winnable game. Memphis has definitely turned a corner. I think they've won 5 out of their last, they're winning games now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely figuring some things out.
Yeah, I mean, they're on a 3-game winning streak, right?
Yeah,
so
they're playing well. Obviously, it probably sparked with the last time they played us when they beat us by 40. That probably gave them the juice to keep it going. And you'd like to see the Kings. I mean, it's just like an inconsistency thing. Like the fact that DeMar DeRozan was the leading scorer in threes tonight. Keegan Murray 0 for 4, Westbrook 0 for 4. I mean,
Monk 1 for 5. It's you kind of have to really think about this from a perspective too, because obviously I think another thing I do want to talk about as well is Zach Lavine. And this was his first home game since the incident. The fan Devlin Carter was in the building tonight.
Okay. I have something to admit. So we got access to the clubs that are down there at the Golden One Center, and then we were scanning our tickets because our ticket rep gave us physical tickets, and we went to the wrong one. And then as I was trying to scan my ticket, Jiho nudges me, because Devlin Carter walked right by me, and I was like, no way. I was like, I missed him. And then on our way out, Devlin Carter's rocking this crazy jacket, and then I just looked at him, and then no words came out. I got starstruck by Devin Carter.
Wow.
We were within arm's reach. Definitely, I just wanted to tell him how much of a legend I think he is. And I didn't even get the chance because I got speechless when I saw him. I did. I'll admit it.
No.
It was right there, RT. If I could go back, I would have said, man, I love your jacket. And also, I respect I respect you for what you did out there.
Yeah.
I think you lit the fire under Zach Lavine because he's been playing better ever since that happened.
Oh yeah,
He's been playing better offensively.
I mean, he had 34 in the Utah game, but he had 19, right?
So he's been like ever since that incident. I think Zach has something more to prove. And honestly, defensively tonight,
he had 2 steals.
He was stopping.
You know what?
Yeah, and
I was like, he was intercepting passing lanes, but there I will say one negative about it. He was minus 30, which is the highest plus minus.
Waiting for it.
And sometimes it just comes down to in that fourth quarter. I felt like he didn't really settle into a rhythm in that fourth quarter at all. Because that's the fourth quarter is where the stars come out and you shine.
It's supposed to be our quarter.
Upper, low, all that stuff. Upper, lower level. I'm twisting my words because Zach Lavine has put me in a blender with how much he's disappeared in the fourth quarter. But anyways, it's just I want to see Zach Lavine take over. I do, because when you're averaging 21 points per game after starting off the season so well, that should be a damn wake-up call.
It was. It's been going.
It's
from 30
God, man.
25 to 21.
It's just not good. It's a regression, and
there's been people in the comments saying like Zach Lavine's been your best player, like Kings, because like the in the thumbnail we put fans deserve better because we put that so people click. Come on.
Yes,
come on.
Yes, clickbait.
Get with it.
Views
and people
likes.
People were clicking.
That is true.
But then someone commented and he was like, actually the Kings fans do deserve this because they got rid of Fox and they got Lavine in return and they're bashing Lavine when he's been the best player. And I'm like, has this guy been watching these games? This guy must be a box score watcher. Because, yeah, he could have nights where he scores a lot of points, which he should be doing because he's the number one option on the team and he's making the most money. So he should be playing well on the offensive end. And he has done that a good amount of times. Okay? We show it. If he listened to the pod, he would know that we root for Zach Lavine to shoot the ball more because there's a lot of times where he hasn't. So, sorry I'm calling this guy out. But
no, you deserve to call him out.
It's just...
This is your Devlin Carter moment to that fan.
But it's true, though.
Go home!
It's like... I just... that comment just made me funny because I'm like, this guy... Like, either he just... Maybe he was just trolling. I don't know. I don't know. I was just taken away by that comment. But that's fine. You can think whatever you want. We don't care. But what we do think, and what RT was saying, was that he's saying that Lavine's disappearing in the fourth quarter. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
And his numbers have been dipping. Yeah, he had those 2 steals, which I was so proud of him for. He got into the passing lanes. He ripped the ball, and I was like, look at Zach. And then, yeah, but he ends up minus 30, which that I think it's just because he was on the floor for
the majority of the time, too. But, like, and I get it, too. I think it does. Plus minus is such a Jekyll and Hyde stat, in my opinion.
But the plus minus makes so much sense when you look at Zach Edey tonight, who was plus 25.
Correct.
That's highest, so it clearly
correct.
He was the plus minus merchant of the game because plus 25, yeah, you saw it. Every single time that guy was on the floor, me and Joe were like, we got to win the non-80 minutes. We have to. He comes back and we're like, oh, great. Like when Jock Alondale was out there in the first half and he was getting into foul trouble, we were like, great, now Edey's going to come back in there. And Edey just absolutely dominated to us. So, yeah, the plus-minus is a little bit of a tricky statistic, but there's times where it really shows.
Who dominated the game.
Who dominated the game.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's the big thing, too, because on the other side, when Keegan Murray left in that fourth quarter, I was thinking in my head, oh, crap, this ball game is over. We don't really have a chance. But then the Kings kind of cut it to 3 before Keegan Murray came back into the game. And I thought to myself, and then we took the lead probably with, 5 minutes left in that game?
We had a
lead. 2-point lead. I thought we had a chance of winning, coming out of this game, winning on top. But they went back to their old reliable Zach Edey. The play that happened where it was a pick and roll and Edey just caught it with one hand and just put it in. It looked like a fastball, and this dude Edey caught it with one hand. I'm like, are you kidding me?
He is so
it's insane.
I am so impressed by how fast that guy moves for his size. obviously, like, for really tall players in the NBA, like, obviously Wemby is the most agile, but Zach Edey, because he's like a dude, he's got freaking tree trunks as like he's a big dude, and he's moving quick, and he's like agile around the rim, catching. Yeah, like the coach of Memphis tonight was spamming the pick and roll with Zach Edey because the Kings could not stop it. Like, they went after it time and time again, and we just, I mean, and we didn't even really try any different type of counteracting to that. Like, I think everyone was just like, when Zach has the ball, like, he's going to score. Like, there's nothing to do, especially down low.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Edey, I'll say this too. He has a baseball background. So when you have a baseball background, one of the biggest things that you can do, especially if you're a pitcher, a lot of line drive comebackers will come at you. And you got to have like some fast reflexes. Mm-hmm. And Zach Edey kind of like was a pitcher before he switched to high school in basketball, right? So when you deal with a lot of quick, agile reflexes, those skills can transfer into basketball. And tonight we've seen that, where he looked so quick with his reflexes on offensive rebounding. I mean, he had 17 rebounds tonight, just working the pick and roll, like you said. So a lot of those baseball traits that you can see translate into basketball traits.
I had no idea that guy played baseball.
Yeah, he played baseball up until high school. Yeah, and that's like, could you imagine Zach Edey just being 7'4" and just throwing like 99 miles per hour?
He was a pitcher too?
He was a pitcher. Yeah, that's why I say like comebackers, like when a line drive comebackers to you as a pitcher, you have to kind of have quick reflexes. And yeah, I mean that's
Zach. He
had the quickest reflexes tonight, especially in that moment. In around the rim, like it's
really
incredible
that he fell to us in the draft that year. I was like, please, but the Grizzlies knew. They knew. I want to talk about what Malik Monk was saying in his post game. He said that he's extremely frustrated. He's like, I don't know how the other guys feel, but I hate how much he hates losing. Obviously, you could see his passion he has on the court, but he was saying that offensively, like, we just like they just keep falling into like a sticky offense, and then they're asking him, how do you fix that? And he's like, well, we need to pass the ball. So it sounds like Malik, probably others too, are starting to get or maybe not starting, maybe this has been something that they've been feeling, but they're like, this offense is it's not a team friendly offense. It's like, it's just so ISO heavy, and especially when guys aren't making their shots, it's like, we got to find other ways to score, because sometimes late in the game, like, you're just defaulting to the guy who happens to be scoring at the moment. Like DeRozan, he had some great plays down the stretch, and you just saw, and that's why he had 23
Yeah, 23.
But it's like, you want to see those other guys, like, there just needs to, you just want to make the offense try a little bit, like, when you do ISO, the defense doesn't have to do anything. It's just that one-on-one matchup. Like, there's no making the defense switch and, like, cover for each other. Like, our offense has been so stagnant and so simple, where we're making the defense have an easy night every time they're here. And, But Malik Monk was talking about it, and, like, the quote of the thing was, pass the ball. So, and he was like, I was at fault too. I did some ISO stuff tonight too, but it's like a team issue. Mm-hmm. And that's been basically the struggle once DeMar DeRozan got here, and that's why it didn't work with De'Aaron and this and that. But it's just this ongoing, like, you would think maybe there would be a different, some type of motion that they could run to get a little bit more movement, just to make the defense moved so that they're working a little bit. And then that just goes into the offense end, where they could just cook us on that end, because defense is just so easy.
Exactly.
And they're not looking tired tonight. Edey was getting like a dog pile on the bench when he got subbed out in the last 30 seconds, because he was feasting.
Yeah.
He did everything tonight.
And it's not like that the Grizzlies really were passing the ball better than the Kings. They only had 3 more assists than us tonight.
Yeah, can you give a team breakdown of everything?
But before I kind of do that breakdown, I want to say that's one thing that's really important that I really thought you said really well, is that, again, it's the team has had issues just really kind of like having this offense. This offense doesn't really work. The reason why the Beam team was so successful in that year was De'Aaron was kind of our only ball handler, and Sabonis was working as a DHO guy. So when you have two guys that are there, what did Kevin Huerter do? Come off DHOs and shoot the ball. What did Keegan Murray do? Come off DHOs and shoot the ball. What did Harrison Barnes do? Come off DHOs and shoot the ball. So, and just spray to the corner. We don't have that. The only guy that really does it is Keegan Murray. Zach Lavine is kind of a different type of shooter. It's not a shooter that is like a guy that can just come off DHOs and shoot. He needs the ball because he creates his shot through step backs and all that stuff. Same thing with DeMar.
Which he does great.
Yeah,
I mean,
and even DeMar DeRozan too. So the offense has looked so completely different from what it was 3 years ago, and I think it is kind of a team problem, and it's also a roster problem. You need guys that are going to know their role, know that they are going to be exactly what they need to be, and that's pretty much it, man. Like, that's kind of the presence of it all. I think the biggest issue is, and I think this also kind of does make a lot of sense, I think to me, one of the biggest things that you could really, really make a big change in is, and it just reflects in our offensive rating too. You know, it just reflects in our offensive rating because even when we said we were the best offense in the league, we were the beam team. And now it just looks like a shell of itself because the offense is so ISO heavy. Russell Westbrook is kind of our only guy that really facilitates. And I know that Dennis Schroeder is out too. And Malik Monk.
That's a big hit.
And Malik Monk,
a big hit.
Yeah, Malik Monk had his fair share with 6 assists, but it's got to be other guys too. You know, I want to see Zach Lavine work some pick and rolls. I want to see DeMar DeRozan, you know, make people pay and kick it out to Keegan or Zach to an open three, right? I just want to see that offense just have a little bit of flair to it. And it's not just a one-on-one situation where you're kind of praying that Keegan Murray gets a rebound or Drew Eubanks or Maxime Reynaud gets a rebound. You want to see that offense really have a flow to it. And right now there's no flow.
Yeah, right now we're ranked 26th in points per game, 111, 29th in rebounding, and then we're 27th in opponent points per game, allowing 122.9 points each game. 3-point, we're 19th. Yeah, like what made our offense so great was when everyone's moving around, it like leads to these open shots. Most of our threes are off of like those ISO moves to like create space. You know, Malik is, I mean, they're all great at it, at getting the space, but like when the shots aren't hitting, I mean, the amount of threes that we're not landing on, it's just leading to bad offense.
It is.
And yeah, I think we all know that those issues, but we have a weird schedule coming up. We have quite the days off, which could be good, could be bad. I don't know what it's going to do, but the next Kings home game is December 11th, so they're going to be on the road.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're going to be on the road for a while. So for 10 days, they'll be on the road. Next game's Wednesday.
At Houston,
Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, let's break down who we're playing. Houston.
Yeah, we play Houston. Oh boy. So we play Houston. So I'm not kind of surprised by that, really. You know, we're playing Houston, and then we play. Let's see here. Who else do we play? We play, and then we go to Saturday. So we have this weird schedule where we have 3 days off
this week,
and then 2 games this week, and
Wednesday and Saturday. So this could be good for the boys, but.
And then we play the Pacers on Monday.
That could be a winnable game for us because the Pacers, what are they?
4-16.
4-16. So they're knocking at the Kings record right now.
Yep. And then our next game would be at home against the Denver Nuggets. So, and then we go back on the road, and then we play the Timberwolves. So. And those were our cup games. Those were our cup games, Christo. Those are. I just feel like the scheduling gods just hate us. Like, I don't know what more you can do. They're trying to send a message to Vivek Ranadive and Scott Perry saying, your team ain't it. Trade everybody, or otherwise we're stepping in and making other things happen.
The NBA is helping us right now.
They are helping us so. They're gifting us.
The NBA is gifting us. They want us to.
They want us to suck.
Because the NBA knows. When the Kings are good, the NBA is in a better place. In 2022, 2023, the entire NBA we were the darlings. We were the angels of the NBA. Everyone loved us. Everyone wanted to see us win. And they want that. So they're giving us the hardest schedule because they're like, honestly, you have all of these big name players making a ton of money. I know it's not going to work. Let's just give them a really hard schedule. especially in the beginning of the season, so they have a really bad record so that they know the direction. We're going to help them have a bad record early on so that they know the direction to go down by the end of the season, and we're going to help them be in the bottom 5 of the NBA so that they could land a top 3 pick. The NBA wants the Kings to have this. They don't want the top pick going to Washington. They don't want the top pick going to
Brooklyn.
They definitely don't want the top pick going to Brooklyn. They want it going to the capital city of California. I know that we're...
Where's that? Happy December 1st, by the way.
Happy December 1st.
God, happy Kingsmas, guys.
Happy Kingsmas.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I do want to... There's been some weird things. Dallas.
We're going to be
Dallas.
We're going to be top 3.
Dallas getting
NBA
the number 1 pick.
It's the Kings' turn.
San Antonio.
NBA wants it, RT.
I believe you.
Why else would they give us Denver? And they're like, let's just keep making it harder on them. Because the worse that they are before trade deadline, the better. They want it. It's best for the city.
And I love that.
It's the best thing that could happen to the city. We get a top pick, and we bring a franchise-altering player to the team to build with Keegan Murray, to build with Neek, Max, Keon hopefully, Malik maybe. And then all the other guys gone, then you get rid of all this contract money. Oh, my God.
Then he starts fresh, man. And you could have a spot where it's not just one rookie that you draft right in that first round. It could be another one that you could have 3 or 4 rookies potentially next year that could find a way to be a part of this rotation next year, along with Nick Clifford, along with Keegan Murray, along with, Devin Carter, right?
Draft picks could come in trades. Is that what you're...
I do think it might be happening in trades, though. That's kind of my prediction right now. I do think that kind of just like seeing from the future and seeing how it goes, because let's say you draft a guy like AJ DeVonta, who I think, in my opinion,
he's nice.
I think AJ is the most NBA ready, because what I like about him a lot is he gets to the free throw line a ton.
We need that.
And if you have somebody that can manipulate calls, we saw somebody that we like to make fun of every year. The whole NBA community makes fun of him, but he's an MVP and an NBA champion because he averages 30, because he's able to get to the free throw line and really control the game. I'm not saying that AJ DeVonta is like SGA, but it's when you see that AJ DeVonta's strength is getting to the line, that should be like heart eye emoji for GMs, you know? And if somehow we get lucky in that, my God. And then you can build around that. You can build like a solid guy that can be a facilitating point guard. You can build around shooting that can combat with AJ. I don't know if we're going to get AJ, but that's just kind of like an example. Obviously, there's other ways with like Darren Patterson or Cam Boozer or Michael Brown or Caleb Wilson or Cole P and Nate Arnett. Like the list is long. Like it doesn't matter if you strike out on the top 3. You can still like get somebody in the top 6, but man, that tier of the top 3 and then the other 3, that's like 2 tiers. That is like pretty good.
It's looking better and better by the day.
Yeah, I think so too. Stacked class, man.
Okay, so on the last episode, we were talking about potential moves for Lavine and DeRozan because of those headlines going to Milwaukee or the Clippers. I saw something again today about John Collins, Bogdan, a pick for either Lavine or DeRozan. I'm like,
The 2030 Clippers pick?
I saw something. So, I want to talk to you about Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because Philadelphia I keep seeing these posts about maybe Philadelphia's looking for something. Maybe they're looking for a swing. Maybe they're looking for another like guy you could put next to, Embiid and the other guys that they have going on over there. And I'm thinking about a guy that I would like to see in a Sacramento Kings.
Can I ask you a question? Does he make TikToks?
He's from the city.
Does he find a way to paint nails?
He does all of that.
Is he considered to be like Caleb Williams where he paints nails?
He sure is.
Is he popular for making a song 3 days into college popular again?
He's done it all.
Does his name start with Jared McCain?
That is McCain Jared. I could see a world where Philly doesn't need him because of how great VJ Edgecombe is and how incredible Tyrese Maxey is, even though RT does not like Tyrese Maxey. But I think he's probably changed your mind now. They might not need a Jared McCain. He's a young player. If Philly is the trade suitor for one of our guys, you're doing that deal to get a young guy like Jared back to the city. Am I right?
I think
you need.
Yeah,
you need, like,
I agree. So let me ask you this then. So on our roster, what do you think needs to get done? What do you feel like? What pieces need to be moved in order for Jared McCain to be moved? Because this is a first-round pick that Philadelphia has drafted last year, and when he's on it,
he's been playing a lot.
He's been playing out of his mind. Like before he got injured his rookie year, excuse me, but before he got injured his rookie year, he damn near looked like the rookie of the year.
He was on Rookie of the Year watch.
It's unbelievable. So they do value him, but when even games like this year, he was pretty solid in games.
He's doing a lot better now after coming back from the thumb injury too. So he just kind of got unlucky with both injuries, set him back. But he's played about like probably 5-6 games now, and he had a 20-point game. He's had a 15-point game. So he's coming off the bench doing that. And I don't know. I just think the Kings obviously need to go in that younger direction, and obviously we're not getting VJ from Philadelphia. I'm thinking we could maybe convince Philly to bring us Jared. I think there's an avenue for it. I don't know, but there's just a lot. I mean, you're seeing all this buzz because Lavine, DeRozan, Sabonis. There's markets out there for them. There really is. So to go back to your question about what would need to move, obviously, with the Dennis Russell Westbrook situation, we don't know what that's going to look like going into next season. We're not going to know who we have. So then Jared can maybe slip into the backup or even maybe the starter, depending on, obviously there's a lot of factors there, but I think Jared could be a great piece off the bench. He could be a great, fill-in starter. We saw the glimpses of greatness from him in that rookie year last year before he got hurt. So he could kind of do it all, but I think it all starts with once that first domino hits, either DeRozan, Lavine, Sabonis, then it's really going to open things up. So
yeah. Let me ask you this too, because I know we didn't really discuss this in the last pod episode, but it's kind of got me thinking, and especially on my drive over here, my long drive over to your place.
We're neighbors.
Yeah. But do you feel like Keon Ellis is something that could be added as a piece to possibly get Jared McCain along with like a guy like if you trade DeRozan, do you add Keon Ellis? And
I think every single opposing team is going to try to get Keon.
Yeah.
I think in order to move a massive contract, like they're going to, instead of us giving a pick to that team to like load off of a big contract, Keon, I could see like that being like, okay, if we're not getting a future pick, we want Keon Ellis. And I feel like that's going to back us into a corner because I think we all know that Keon is just such a vital piece. And I don't want Keon gone. I love the man. And I think he's meant to be here. And I think his opportunity of getting more minutes will come once all these guys are moved. I'm just hoping he doesn't get caught in all the buzz during the trade season coming up. But he is the most vital trade piece on our team outside of Keegan Murray. But I think it's pretty clear that he's untouchable. I think Keon Ellis is definitely the guy that everyone has their eyes perked up about. And I think if it takes taking on a Lavine heavy contract or a DeRozan or Sabonis, I could see where in order to make that deal happen to get a good return back, like the other teams are gonna fight to get Keon. I personally would do anything to keep Keon. I would probably prefer maybe throwing Devin Carter, and I mean he's not playing anyways, so like you might as well throw him in. But I don't know if the Kings value Keon Ellis as much as the fans do, which is so funny because every other team has their eyes on Keon Ellis, so that should be telling the Kings something, how important this guy should be on your team. But obviously Keon is not the perfect player. He obviously has so much room to grow. He's still pretty young.
I mean, he's only 25, 26.
Yeah, so like,
and he could be a good piece for a team that's going to compete for the East because how so open the East is too.
So I think he's going to be the most coveted player on our team, but teams might make the swing, and there's teams that could do it. Like Pistons, they could make the swing for like to give Cade Cunningham that second option with like a Lavine or a DeRozan, or I mean, there's a lot of teams that are probably thinking, like the ones that are knocking on the door, especially in the East. I think it makes a lot of sense for them to go after some guys on their team, but I could totally see them saying, "Oh, we want Keon too."
And and if it's for a young guy like Jared McCain, do you ultimately?
I don't know for Jared.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though.
No, yeah, I mean, we would need to get a young
piece, in return.
Yeah, and with Jared, for example, like obviously he has his ceiling could be pretty high. He's shown glimpses of being good. He's getting a lot better now as he's getting more minutes after the injury. So like that could be a good young player. I mean, but there's a lot of teams that they could utilize what we have because of the things that they excel at. Like Lavine, he could explode for 30 every night or any night. DeRozan, he's that go-to guy. Like if you need a bucket, just give it to. I mean, like there's teams that are going to utilize that towards the end of the season. But yeah, I'm just worried if Keon might get caught into it to make the deals happen. But because Scott Perry did not say he was off limits. He said only Keegan and Nick Clifford are off limits. So we'll see. We will see. It's going to get interesting. But we play Houston on Wednesday, and they're rolling right now. What's their record?
They're at the top of the West. That's all you need to know. They're third in the standings. That's all you really need to know.
And you know what? Houston is doing what all the other great teams are doing. They have freaking Sengun, Steven Adams, Clint Capella, Ahmed Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr. They have so much length and height on their team. Like, it's going to be a nightmare for us. So,
and then they got number 7, who's 6'11". So
everyone. I didn't even say the freaking one of the greatest
scorer
one of the greatest
of our generation,
ever, who's still doing it at an elite
God Lord, man. We got to go against Kevin Durant, man.
Even Houston could be a team that could be like, we could maybe like, you could talk every team into getting like a DeRozan or probably DeRozan for them, I think.
Yeah.
There's just so many. There's so many teams that are probably going to make some calls. Yeah, so we play them on Wednesday, and then Saturday is the Pacers.
No, we play Miami on Saturday.
Oh, it's Miami?
Yeah, we play Miami on Saturday.
Rolling too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we're 5-18 by the end of the week, like just give the young guys more minutes.
You know what?
Pulse it up.
Yeah, let's pulse it up, baby. It's 10 minutes till midnight as we're recording this. We deserve a pulse up, and the fans deserve a pulse up because we're just discussing it.
Interesting. Like, this is a very intriguing year. The East, I'm obsessing over the East.
I love the East, man. I'm watching the East like it's a goddamn movie film every time. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in the 7th spot right now. Let me just go at the top. Let's go to the top. Let's go to the top. Obviously, Detroit, the first place, but the New York Knicks, they had a big win against the Toronto Raptors. Huge win. They are on a 4-game winning streak, looking like the top team in the East that I think a lot of people in the NBA expected. Toronto, obviously tied with them. They're in the 3 seed. Miami's rolling around. They're the 4 seed. Atlanta had a big win against Philadelphia today that went into double overtime. Jalen Johnson's 40-point plus game. That just shows how deep this team is, and they're doing it without Trae Young. I mean, that's incredible.
Atlanta is unlocking something without Trae.
Nah, with 34. Oh my gosh. And then Orlando, they're starting to turn it around. They are the 6th seed. Cleveland as the 7th seed is so interesting. And then you have Boston at 8. You have Philadelphia at 9. Chicago at 10.
Chicago fell off.
They fell off. Philadelphia is starting to fall off too. And then, obviously, Milwaukee Bucks, they're kind of on the outside looking in.
That is so crazy.
And then you got the bottom, which is the Charlotte Hornets, the Indiana Pacers, and then the Brooklyn Nets, and then the Washington Wizards. And now the Pacers are on a 2-game winning streak, too.
And they're good. They could beat us, too.
And they could catch fire at the right time. They have the physicality to do it. Siakam had a game winner in their last game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana kind of uses this as their spark to keep them in it, you know. Then let's talk about the Wild West. OKC, no question surprised about that. 20-1, number 1 seed, 12-game winning streak, point differential of 15. Jalen Williams came back. SGA is doing the same stuff. Chet Holmgren's healthy.
Jalen Williams play?
I mean, I don't really pay attention. All I care about is just the fact that this team is unstoppable, that they're probably are going to be in pace to try to eclipse the Warriors' 73-9 record. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. And Jalen Williams had 16, you know, and he's back. This whole team just looks so good, and it just makes me want to cry. And then here's another thing too, Cristo. Let's add this to the fun, to the fray, right? They're doing this at 21. Do you know how many lottery picks that they could potentially have?
Oh.
4 picks.
Can you break down how it could happen? Because they, I say whose picks they have.
Oh my God! So they have the Clippers unprotected first-round pick. They have the Utah Jazz, who have a top 8 protected pick. They have the
if it falls out of the 8, then
the OKC Thunder get it. It's unreal. And then I think they have Philadelphia's unprotected first round, or it's lottery protected, whatever the hell it is. And then that's 3. That's 3 potential lottery picks. 3.
That Paul George trade will haunt them for the rest of their life.
You don't think?
The rest of their life.
Good Lord, man. Like, you know, and then OKC has another first-round pick. And you know what their number 1 pick goes to? Their own pick? It goes to Washington. It goes to Washington, Cristo. God Lord, man.
Washington's just... I'm very sorry for
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, OKC could be...
good forever.
If they win this year, good Lord, because they're going to get better next year with all these draft picks coming in. They're just going to add to the toolkit, RT. They're just adding. And then their lottery pick from last year still hasn't even played a game for them yet. RT, they are just...
And then they have A.J. Mitchell, who's their second-round pick, and he's their backup point guard.
Mitchell is my fantasy GOAT.
Oh! And then they'll find a way to flip Caruso and Hartenstein for more first-round picks. The cycle never ends in Oklahoma City.
If they do it right, which it looks like they are, but they own like all of these like expiring contracts or like team deals or team options. So like they control the fate of all of like they have no unrestricted free agents that could leave. Dude, they are like
Cristo, when we're dead, they could have double-digit championships. That's how much of a well-oiled machine that Oklahoma City's doing. Anyways,
that's why I'm so glad that the Kings are going the direction they are, because just sit back and relax and enjoy some Golden One Center popcorn while these guys win for the next couple of years.
And chicken tenders too. Can't forget about that. But anyways, let's move forward. Houston. The Lakers. The Lakers are the 2 seed, and they're doing it with exciting whites, led by Luka Doncic, the most exciting white, who's going to win another scoring title. Austin Reeves, who had a 51-point game against us, triple-double. Just a full-on list of exciting whites over in L.A.
Dude, I hate how good they're playing.
I hate that Nico Harrison traded him to the Lakers. That's the stupidest move I've ever seen in my life.
Anywhere else except that town. But
God Lord.
That's a conversation for a different day.
Houston, the 3 seed. Denver, the 4 seed. San Antonio, the 5 seed.
Without Wemby and Stephon Castle.
Yeah.
They've been out for 2 weeks.
God.
And De'Aaron is carrying them right now.
Doing a lot of lifting.
De'Aaron is just...
We miss you.
If you come into this room as a Kang Gang Pod listener, if you go back to the episode when we traded, when we were about to trade De'Aaron, me and RT were getting grilled for talking about how great De'Aaron Fox is.
I hope people realize.
I hope people remember what they said.
I hope
they remember what they said, because we never clapped back. We never said more than we did on that episode. But I bet you they are all
Fox fans now.
Or not only that, but they're all enjoying their words on a silver platter. Because that silver platter, that silver San Antonio platter, is thriving right now. Because Fox, Wemby, and Castle only played like maybe 2 games together. just wait till they start. I mean, two games this season.
Yeah.
Just wait till they're all back. San Antonio is going to keep going up, I think.
They're going to be the biggest threat to OKC for sure, in my opinion.
In the future, yes.
Yes. Minnesota, 6th seed. They jumped past the Phoenix Suns. And it looks like Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, they're going to still be the same team, and they're going to find a way to make the Western Conference Finals. They did it 2 years in a row. Let's see if they can make it 3. Phoenix is the 7th seed now, still looking great. They're starting to kind of trend back to normal a little bit, but I think that hot start will keep them in playing conversation for now. Golden State, 11-10. No Steph for about a week or two, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. They did get a win against New Orleans, though, on Saturday. So
it could be a scheduled win.
A scheduled win.
But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, right. And then the team that we play tonight, the Memphis Grizzlies, they're 9th place. And Portland, they're starting to trend down a little bit. Lost 7 out of the last 10. They're the 10th seed. Utah is the 11th seed right now. Dallas is starting to turn things around. They are the 12th seed. Cooper Flagg had a 34-point game. I was watching that game.
It was 35.
35. I think it was 35.
Youngest player to do it.
Yeah, and he did it without even making the 3. Like, yeah, I was watching that game very closely.
He had a two-hand slam-a-jamma that looked crazy.
Yummy. And then the Clippers obviously are 13th, then us at 14, and then the Pelicans in the last spot. So, good old boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that we are where we are, because all the teams above us, except for the Jazz, Clippers, Mavericks, are well deserving to be in the top 10. Utah does not want to be the 11th. They want to be lower. Dallas wants to be higher. Clippers want to be higher. I think Kings want to be higher, but I love where we're at.
New Orleans wants to be higher because they don't have a pick.
Yeah.
I don't think they can because their roster sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so the NBA is crazy right now. The NBA is crazy. Yeah, we got to do more pulse checks to just kind of see where the NBA landscape is going. But
doing another 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA is crazy. Jokic MVP.
SGA.
Jokic.
Luka. Yeah.
Luka could. This is his year to.
This could be his chance to snag the MVP from SGA and Jokic. Like, I think it's going to be a 3-man race. Because
right now...
And Giannis, honestly, Giannis's record may not have the chance to do it. I think it's a 3-man race between SGA, Jokic, and Luka. Like, that's the race. You need to watch it because it's going to get crazy. And you got to just sit back. Those are going to probably be the top 3-4 teams in the West. That's going to be the biggest storyline for me, is that who's going to be kind of the front runner by the middle of the season. Is it going to be SGA, who's having a historical season, and he's doing the same thing while his team is 20-1?
Because if they end up beating the Golden State record of 73-9,
you got to give it to SGA. He's
averaging 30 points.
Give it to him.
You have to. But if Jokic and the Denver Nuggets end like second or third, and his stats are just off the chain again, like averaging a triple-double, this and that.
30-point triple-double, damn near.
So if he's doing that, then there's going to be a very interesting conversation, which is going to be fun to watch. But if Luka is averaging like 35, close to a triple-double too, and the Lakers stay up top, it's going to be a very... I mean, you could make an argument for all three to make it. We could have our first ever
co-MVPs. I know the NFL did it a long time ago.
3?
No, with 2. They did it a long time ago with
triple co-MVP.
And the NBA did a co-MVP Rookie of the Year. Never an MVP.
Does co mean 2?
Yeah, it means 2.
What would be 3? The
try MVP.
The try VP. The tri-tip. The try VP.
Try VP. Jesus Lord. I don't think it's gonna happen because all the votes, unless the votes are like where they need to be. Like, if somehow, some way, the votes are exactly tied, I don't think it's going to really happen. It's going to be close. That would be insane if it was a co-MVP.
Say Thunder, Lakers, Denver are 1, 2, 3 this year, and they're all putting up those stats.
Shit.
And it's going to be... You could make an argument for anyone, so... But I think that's all we got for tonight.
It's officially December.
Are we in December?
It is December. One last thing before I go.
Show them. Show the people.
I've got my buddy, the Elf PJs. I'm ready to roll. Shout out to Will Ferrell. Shout out to Elf. I will be watching this movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies ever, is Elf. And yeah, like I said, son of a nutcracker. That's what that's why I say every time we lose a game. Son of a nutcracker.
If you've made it this far, comment your favorite Christmas movie.
Or just your holiday movie in general.
Favorite holiday movie. Favorite movie that you watched in the month of December.
And also shout out to all the other holidays that are happening in December too.
There's a lot of fun ones.
A lot of fun ones.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite movie is down below if you made it this far. Mine is... Oh, man, there's so many good. You know what? I'm not going to give that answer yet because I want to watch this Jonas Brothers Christmas movie. Maybe that might take the reins. There, I said it. You know about Camp that Jonas movie. No, it's not Camp Rock.
No, I know it's not Camp Rock, but I'm just saying, like, that's what stuck him. That's every time I think about the Jonas Brothers, I think about Camp Rock.
Jonas Brothers made a Christmas movie. Maybe that could be the new this generation's Elf. I know RT is an Elf boy, but maybe the J Bros made a hit that we're all sleeping on. We will see you
on the next one. Like
Bye.
and subscribe. And follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Bye.